Hi, I'm Brent Sinclair and welcome to Knight Frank Newcastle's Commercial Property Update. This month I'm joined by Tom Elliott, developer builder and principal at Core Project Group, here to provide us with his perspective on the current construction boom that we're experiencing in Newcastle, with a particular focus on the West End. Now Tom, you've been involved with several major projects in and around Newcastle, with a particular cluster around the West End. Can you provide us with a bit of an overview of those projects that you're involved with and why developers and yourself have been focusing on the West End?
Yep, sure, Brent. Around 2012, 2013, we kicked off our first development in Newcastle West, which was the office for PKF, local accounting firm. That was an amazing project at the time because there wasn't a lot of development happening in the West End. Not long after that, we commenced the Stage 1 Gateway project on the corner of Parry Street and Stewart Avenue, which has recently become a landmark development site there, which everyone knows well of. Not long after that, we got involved in the old Holden site, which is the Burwood Park precinct, and that development there involved a hotel, 176 bedroom hotel, a 14-storey aged care facility with independent living units, a 5-storey childcare centre and a refurbished heritage office building. So we've undertaken over the last 4 to 5 years some significant projects in the West End, and there's more exciting projects to come. One of the main reasons behind all of this increased development in Newcastle West End, interestingly enough, is because historically, the actual CBD of Newcastle has been set further out on the peninsula, which is known as Newcastle. It's actually a peninsula. And what we've found over the years is there's been a conscious decision to move the CBD further back west to get away from that peninsula so that we can deal with the movement of people and products into town, which is close to the interchange, which the state government have recently finished. And that's also the commencement of the light rail project there. Also, the West End, we've got a key intersection of the arterial roads, which runs north-south for the Pacific Highway. And we also have the Western Road, which runs out to Newcastle Link Road, connecting onto the M1, down to Sydney and further out to the Hunter Expressway, out to the Hunter. So there's a lot of reasons why the West End's developing and why there's a lot of growth there. And that can be largely attributed to the relocation of Newcastle CBD.
Yeah, great. Now Tom, you relocated to Newcastle approximately 15 years ago from Sydney. From then till now, what changes have you seen in the market and what has led to the construction boom that we're currently experiencing?
Well, over the past 15 years, we have seen some significant changes in Newcastle. And one of the key changes that I personally have noticed is I believe that the people of Newcastle and the investors of Newcastle have become a lot more sophisticated than what they were in the past. There's a higher expectation as far as employers, employees, investors. There's a higher expectation for quality and for quality products. And with that, I personally believe that's a direct result of the higher sophistication within Newcastle.
And what factors have generated this construction boom that we're seeing now?
Well, if we step back, not long after the GFC, there was a great deal of investment on both the state and federal level within Newcastle. And off the back of that, there has been some significant momentum within Newcastle. We can see that the federal government has invested a significant amount of money up at Williamtown Air Base. From a defence point of view, we're talking billions of dollars invested up there. We've also dealt with a high level of state infrastructure investment within Newcastle, in particular the new interchange terminus in the West End, and at that point there we've also got the commencement of the light rail, which runs from the West End out to Newcastle East. So this has without a doubt contributed extensively to the increase in development opportunities in Newcastle.
Great. And in terms of, with the market so active at the moment, are you seeing opportunity for development in Newcastle, and what's your opinion of the market in the medium to long term?
We definitely see there as being continued opportunity for development within Newcastle. We see that from a commercial perspective that there will be continued momentum throughout the next 3 to 5 years. We believe from a residential point of view that that will be more controlled growth, and that will be more focused on high quality, high performance residential projects that will still target those sophisticated clients, and those particular residentials will need to have a point of difference to continue that growth.
Great. And you've got a new office project that you're working on in Newcastle West, over 11,000 square metres of floor space. Can you provide us with a bit of insight into some of the design features of that project?
Yep, certainly. The Birdwood Park Business Centre is actually the fifth and final piece of the puzzle for our Birdwood precinct. It's, as you touched on, just over 11,000 square metres of net lettable area. The building itself tops out at just over 55 metres, which is a fantastic height. And interestingly enough, the first floor plate for the commercial level is around 20 metres. So the views from the first level is absolutely spectacular. We focused extensively on level of comfort, standard of the workplace as far as the expectations for clients. And what we've focused on is having a clear open floor plate of approximately 1,400 square metres. So we've offset the lift core so that we have nothing but clear floor plate and columns throughout. Allows a vast amount of natural light throughout all the office spaces. And this is off the back of the sophistication we touched on earlier. This is an expectation, not just for the employers, but the employees want this. They also want end-to-trip facilities, which we're providing, the showers, the locker rooms all on ground level, fantastic bike rooms. And then also on ground level, we've created this unique laneway which connects from Hunter Street through to King Street to the south, where Birdwood Park itself is, a great recreational facility there, to encourage people to walk through the CBD of Newcastle and have that ground floor activation through cafes and restaurants. So it's a wonderful development, and it's something that we're very proud to be involved in.
Great. Well, look, thank you very much for joining me today, Tom. Look, that's all from us. Thanks very much for watching. Please like my business Facebook page, and I'll be sure to keep you updated throughout the year.